A very good morning to all of you, distinguished delegates, respected officers from Government of India and various state governments, esteemed speakers, ladies and gentlemen. It's my proud privilege to welcome all of you to Session 1, Best Practices of the State of Meghalaya. Today we have 6 presentations covering diverse sectors. Number 1 is Climate Adaptive Community-Based Water Harvesting Project. Number 2 is Rescue Mission and Reducing Maternal Mortality. 3 is Mission 1000 for Early Childhood Development. Number 4 is Improving Governance and Service Delivery through Digital Interventions. Number 5 is Leveraging Geospatial Technologies for Natural Resource Management. Number 6 is Digital Infrastructure, the backbone of service delivery. Now, at first glance, these 6 topics may appear to be 6 independent initiatives. In reality, they represent 6 different answers to the one common question, and that is, how do we build governments that are more resilient, more responsive, more citizen-centric, and more future-ready? The initiatives that you all will hear today demonstrates how Meghalaya is responding to these challenges through innovation, partnerships, and administrative reforms. As we listen to the presentations, I invite everyone to look beyond individual projects and reflect on the larger governance lessons they offer. I'll request all the speakers to limit the presentation to 10 minutes. That also includes myself, as I'll be doing the first presentation. May I request the presentation to be loaded? Climate Adaptive Community-Based Water Harvesting Project. Thank you. Scientists across the world, they have been cautioning time and again about the climate tipping points. This has been in the news time and again. Many of you must have heard about the super El Nino that is expected this year. So what are these climate tipping points? Basically, these are thresholds beyond which part of the Earth's climate systems, such as the glaciers, forests, coral reefs, or major ocean circulation patterns may undergo irreversible changes. While there is an active scientific debate about the timing and the extent of the risk, the broader message is very, very clear. The climate variability and climate changes are increasing the need for resilient public systems. For Meghalaya, these global developments have very local consequences. As you can see, in the last year, we had a 54% deficit rainfall. And even this year, the rains have been delayed beyond normal. Therefore, our responses cannot be simply about building infrastructure. We must build resilience. We must strengthen the communities, and that is the whole principle of this project. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Why community-led water governance model? Why? Meghalaya has a very paradoxical situation. The world over knows Meghalaya to be the state with the highest rainfall, but most of the people don't even know that we are one of the states which are parched for water during the lean seasons. We do have a very erratic rainfall. There are times when we have a excess of rainfall, and during the lean seasons there is absolute deficit of water. Last year we had a 56% deficit. Of the 50,000 springs that we had surveyed, we have found that more than 50% of the springs are drying and counting. So these are very alarming situations that currently our state is facing. And as a result of all these impacts, we are having flash floods, we are having landslides, and they're also leading to livelihood risk. So what is the message in this slide? The rainfall alone does not lead to water security. What we need is water governance. This is the need of the hour. And for that, we need to have a behavioral change by involving the community and ensuring that there is a community ownership. Next. Next slide, please. Yeah, so this slide basically captures the philosophy of the project. The fallacy of every government scheme is that we always see the citizens as beneficiaries. Rarely we do see them as our partners. And through this project, we have ensured that the community are not just the co-producers, they're not just beneficiaries, but they are our co-producers and partners. Basically, this whole project formulation was done on the basis of demand from the community. And building partnership has been the cornerstone of water governance as per this project. So as a result of this particular approach, we are ensuring transparency through formal community participation, accountability. We are ensuring direct empowerment of the community. We are also ensuring sustainability through ownership and operation and maintenance. Next slide, please. Yeah, so this, as you can see, this is a really big project. This is a 525 crore project, which includes ADB loan plus Government of Meghalaya contribution. The scale of the project reflects our commitment, long-term commitments to climate adaptation. This is a 6-year project, and we are targeting about 50,000 households. This has been categorized as a 100% climate financing orientation. We are targeting to construct about 532 to 33 water harvesting structures across the state. The most important part is that through these 533 odd water harvesting structures, we are planning to catch the rain and build estimated 413.19 hectares of pondage, which comes to about 10 million cubic meters. The major component of this project is we are constructing water harvesting structures. We are also going to intervene in 3,000 hectares of command area. We are also going to do catchment area treatment in 12,500 hectares. And also we are ensuring village level water security. Next. As is evident from this slide, this is a very integrated approach to the problem of water security. As I mentioned, we are constructing 533 water harvesting structures, but the main point is that we are not only constructing water harvesting structures. Upstream, we are ensuring that we intervene in the catchment area, and we ensure that the springs are rejuvenated, the streams are rejuvenated, so that there is a perennial supply of water, and this water that we are storing will be available to the downstream population in the command area during the lean seasons. Under this project, the total afforestation we are planning is about 850 hectares. Now we are dovetailing this with the carbon credits. We are exploring partnerships and ways and means to ensure that we get the best of carbon credits from this initiative. Next slide, please. So this shows the locations of the water harvesting structures. Next. As I mentioned earlier, this is the most important innovation of this project is not the infrastructure. This is the institution creation that we are doing. The project formulation, during the project formulation, we understood that the success of the project will depend on community participation. And that's how, before even we came up with the project, we asked the communities about their interest, and that's how expression of interest was floated. We received about 1,650 numbers of interest, and from amongst this 1,650, we finalized about 530 odd community institutions, and that's how we are engaging the communities through water user associations, through the village employment councils, through the VMCs, through the Dorbarshnongs, so on and so forth. We are also ensuring about 25% of women leadership roles in these water management institutions. Besides a major chunk of the procurement, now we know that one of the major projects that is Manrega is the only project which is being implemented by the community. Now this is another project wherein we are ensuring that a significant portion of the procurement is being done by the community themselves. Apart from that, once the construction of the infrastructure is completed, we will be ensuring that the community takes over and through Manrega or through convergence with other projects, they will ensure the operation and maintenance of these projects. Besides this, we are also, as a part of the project, we have the internal rate of returns we have calculated, and there are a lot of livelihood projects that have been envisioned under this project. Next slide, please. Next slide. So this shows the district-wise distribution of the total number of projects, total number of expression of interest received. Next. Next. Yeah. So good governance requires good data and better data analysis. So we have a PMIS component, we have a GIS master plan, and we also have automatic weather stations. Now the interesting part here is that PMIS is a very well-known thing, so definitely we should have for the purpose of monitoring. The master plan has been prepared. This is a very comprehensive master plan which has been prepared by NISAC, which is the branch of ISRO in the Northeast. And they have prepared a project in such a manner that this master plan can be used not only for this project, but for any project in future, we can use it. Basically, under this master plan, they have identified all the critical micro watersheds and the interventions that will be required. Next. So I mentioned about the PMIs. These are the components: project registry and metadata, progress monitoring and updates, impact assessment, procurement, financial safeguard management, analytics, and integration. Next. Yeah, this is the GIS planning that I had mentioned that we had done in collaboration with NISAC. So there is a very comprehensive hydrological modeling of the whole state. And there is also an option for remote monitoring system. Next slide, please. Now we come to a very important component of the project. Now, trust is very fundamental to successful public program. It's not just a compliance requirement, but also an accountability mechanism. So we have a GRM mechanism, a very robust mechanism is in place, and we have constituted about 329 GRM committees across the state. The procedure is that at the village level, the communities, the complaints are received. We register at the site level, then we try to resolve at the district level, and if it is not, then it's escalated to the state project management unit, wherein we try to resolve it and then close the projects. Next. When we talk about climate resilience, now climate resilience cannot come at the cost of environmental and social sustainability, and therefore it's very important to have environmental and social safeguards. Now these safeguards do ensure that the development remains inclusive and responsible. So we have a 4-stage safeguard cycle. This includes screening, assessment, mitigation, and monitoring to manage the environmental and social risk. So there are screening and assessment tools like IEE, IPP, then mitigation measures through EMP, labor safety, erosion control, so on and so forth. And of course, there is a monitoring and compliance. Next. This is a bit elaboration about the environmental and social safeguards. I need not elaborate this, but then yes, it's very important to integrate the IEE and EMP to ensure that the project is sustainable. IPP is basically Indigenous Peoples Plan and social inclusion. This is also a very important part of any project. As you are aware, Meghalaya is by and large a tribal state, and it's even more important that the culturally appropriate consultation and participation of the indigenous communities has to be done. And therefore, IPP and social inclusion becomes very, very crucial. Next. When we talk about resilience, resilience is strongest when everyone is involved, everybody participates in the project. And for that, gender inclusion is very important, and we ensure in our project that at least 25% of women leadership in the community institution. Those are the village employment councils, water user associations, and so on and so forth. And also we ensure that there are at least 50% women beneficiaries in the project. And of course, as I mentioned, this by and large, we are a tribal state, so from the aspect of indigenous people and safeguards, we are 100% compliant. We also have a plan, and this is being implemented, to train about 2,500 farmers and communities to receive technical and livelihood training. Next. So this is all about theory. So walk the walk, talk the talk. This is how we have implemented so far. This is the snapshot of the implementation project. We are currently at 58.8% of the project. These are all active. And these are basically the active sites of the total number of projects. We have spent about 52.41 crores. And till now, about 180 catchment area plans, the MOUs have been signed. As I mentioned earlier, the catchment area and the command area works will be done by the community, and therefore, we need to have a memorandum of understanding with the community. Next. This is next slide, please. This is just a repeat of whatever I've said earlier. These slides emphasize on the importance of community involvement. Next slide. Next slide. Next. Yeah, so these are some pictures of the launch of the project. We are also doing a very innovative project called the Meghalaya. This, you must have heard about the PES. This is another version of the PES, wherein we financially incentivize the communities to ensure afforestation. Whereas PES is more about conservation. Ours is more about proactive afforestation. So we financially incentivize the communities. As you can see the picture, Honorable CM had given away the checks to the various water user associations, so on and so forth. Next. So these are some pictures of the projects, some of the pictures. I mean, there are many projects. As I mentioned, this is about 534 water harvesting structures. Next slide. Yeah. Next slide. I'll invite all of you to sometimes have picnic in these spots. We have created very beautiful, picturesque locations. Next. Yeah. So what makes this project particularly significant is that it's not about the financial size or the infrastructure, but that it offers governance model that can be replicated. So I mentioned the broad principles of this project are community participation, number 1, scientific planning, number 2, digital governance, number 3, and institutional accountability. Of course, these are part and parcel of most of the schemes, but yes, the major part of our project was the community participation, and all these are seen from the lens of community participation. Next. And I would re-emphasize that this is a scalable model of citizen-centric climate adaptation, and I'll invite state governments who are participating today to replicate this in your states, and also request Government of India for more support for similar projects across the country. Before I conclude, allow me to share a thought. Now, climate change is perhaps the defining governance challenge of our generation. No government can overcome it with infrastructure alone. Sustainable resilience can only be achieved when communities become equal partners in governance. That is the underlying philosophy of this project. Thank you so much.